everybody. Me and Adam came out here to the campsite today, and tonight we're going to cook chicken in an earthen oven for our dinner tonight. We're just picking out a nice flat area here. It's in between a few trees, so we might hit some roots, so I'm going to bring the axe up as well. But we're going to dig a hole probably this big, and then we're going to go like 1.5 feet down. And we're going to line it with rocks, and we're going to build a nice fire inside there. And for our earthen oven tonight, we're going to use the Gerber E-tool. Just giving it a little test here. We've got quite a few roots, so it's not going to dig very deep without hitting the roots. And looks like this little sawtooth piece on the side, we'll use that to cut our roots. Get our hole dug here. Quite a big root there. Got our hole here, probably 8 inches deep. The ground was a little stiff, so we're not going to go 1.5 feet because we really don't need that. It's just for if we did bigger cooking in it later. And I found this nice flat rock, about 2 inches thick. That'll be the one that we actually set our chicken on, and if we don't, elevate the chicken in the oven. And these rocks are from a pile that came out of a field, so they're not wet at all. They've probably been dry for 20 or 30 years, so they're not going to explode on us. And then just take your flat rock, put that in the middle, and then take rocks and we'll fill in around that and make kind of a dome shape inside here so that we can reflect heat in on the center rock. And I'll go ahead and finish that up once I get these 3 rocks in here. And then we'll get back with you. We took and filled these rocks in, just to make a little hole for where our chicken will go. It pretty much fitted to the size of the chicken. And then just take along the back sides of your rocks and just backfill a little bit of dirt in, just to fill some space up so less heat escapes when you get the rocks ready to hold the heat to cook your food or meat or whatever you put in here. And then when we get ready to start the fire in here and have some wood processed to keep it going for probably 3.5 hours, I'll get back to you. Alright guys, for our oven, we need something to put on top as like a lid. I got 4 sticks here, and I'm going to lash these like this, and then I'll put this one down here on the bottom, and we're just going to start a grate like you would with a debris shelter, probably 3-inch squares on it. And then you can take, and once you get it on top, you can pile leaves and debris on top, and that way it holds your heat in while you're cooking your chicken or whatever meat you want to cook.
I want squirrel.
Poking around. Very, you almost want these rocks like as hot as you can get them. Melting, molten lava to cook chicken in. Just taking and weaving these in, letting the tension of the wood take and hold this together. That way we use a little bit less cordage and it's still just as strong with all that pressure. Then I'll bring 2 more in and weave them in like cross beams there.
Okay, and we're recording.
Alright, the fire is almost done over there, so we'll go ahead and get started getting this chicken prepped up to be cooked. I'm just going to take this skin here and cut along the back, just a straight line along the back, so we can open the skin up. I'm going to do a little trick I learned when I was in my culinary classes. And we're going to take and we're going to open this chicken up a little bit so you can get under the skin there, and go a little bit lower down, actually. And then you can see how we're getting under this chicken here, under the skin, and just pulling the skin back a little bit. You can see all that fat in there. That's great because that'll prevent the skin, and the fat will protect the chicken while we cook. And then I've got my little secret seasonings that I mixed up in one of those cheapo seasoning grinders, and just take and get seasoning under there, under the skin. That way it goes up, lets the skin still protect, but the seasoning still gets in our chicken. Then you just take your skin and fold it back up on like that. And then we'll take I've got some vegetables over here. And I've got half a pepper that I brought out. And yes, I know I should be washing my hands, but we're in the woods and this is going to go into practically a 600-degree oven. So it's not anything we're going to get sick off of with the vegetables going with the chicken. Just take and cut our seeds out of cut our seeds and our stem out of the peppers here. You can see, and just pop that out. Take our finger and run it in there because the pepper seeds are mainly the spicy part. So you want to get as many of those out as you can. And then I'll just take and run along the edges here and cut strips of pepper. Even I might take 2 of those and actually layer them under the skin. Give even a little bit more flavor. I think I'm going to do that. Take and open them up, shove in some peppers there. There we go. Make our little chicken envelope here. And then I'll take the rest of the pepper and go ahead and cut strips off of that. And the strips of the pepper are just landing in some freshly cut boughs. So they're not going to hurt anything. And there is a cutting board under the chicken. Now that piece has a little bit too much pith on it for me. And that's fine enough. Now let's take and flip our chicken upward a little bit. And just stick them all down inside the little hole of the chicken. Never waste calories after a hard day in the woods. I'm just going to take this onion here and pop off a little root bud here that holds everything together so that we can peel it. And just run along here and do a rough peel of this onion. We're not going to need the whole thing, so it doesn't matter if we lose a layer trying to peel. Trying to get it done quick so we can still have light to film by. Pop it off, take and trim off this little green part, and then we're gonna just take our onion here and go ahead and pop it out in half, and then take and cut it into quarters. And cut the quarters in half. Just make some big old chunks of onion. And I'll take one of those and I'll flake it out and we'll put that under the skin of our chicken as well. So that seasons up good. Alright, there we go. Take the last remaining 3 pieces and put them over on this side. And then fold our skin over tight again. Press it down good because the greases and stuff will hold it together pretty well. And then take and flip the chicken up and put the rest of these onions inside. Just for more seasoning. I don't think all of them are actually going to fit. Alright, that should be good. Chicken's ready. We're going to take a break and we'll get right back to you when we clean the oven out so we get ready to put the chicken in. As you can see, we got our chicken over here just waiting to go in our earthen oven. And we've got our oven here and we've got a good bunch of hot coals in here that we're just going to take and have to scoop out so we can fit our chicken in without getting it covered in coals. I'm just gonna take and let me turn my light out real quick so you can see how hot those are right now. We're gonna put these on our other fire that we're making on the other side of the camp, so that way they don't go to waste, because there's some good hot hardwood coals in there. And I mean, I can feel just sticking my hand in there, it's just burning hot. You'll probably, as soon as we put that chicken in there, you'll hear it sizzle real good. Just try and clean it up a little bit and make it a little less ashy in there without knocking our rocks over. And you can pack some coals in the holes and stuff. It won't hurt anything. I just like to have it decently cleaned up for the chicken. And that's good enough right there. Alright, and then we're going to take our chicken, and there's usually a piece of fat in the chicken near the butt piece, and just drop that on there, and you can hear and see that sizzling away already. And then we're just going to take our whole chicken and flip it in there, and you can see and probably hear our chicken sizzling on the video. And then after that, we went ahead and took our grate that we made and put leaves on it to keep it protective and not let the debris get down in our oven. And we're just gonna put that on top, and then I'm gonna take dead debris and pile it on top, just to keep it well insulated while we let it cook.
All right, guys, so the debris is on there right now. I think I got one or two more handfuls. Dude, if you guys could smell what I'm smelling right now, holy cow. Awesome.
And you can see the steam. If you guys can probably see a little bit of steam coming out of the top of here from that chicken.
Num num nummy. All right, ramen noodle soup time.
Go. All right, well, guys, we're gonna take our first look at our chicken. Here it looks like it's cooking up pretty good. Just gonna take and flip it real quick. About 3/4 of the way through the cooking process, because we didn't really do any hot rocks on top, and this top bit isn't getting cooked as quickly. So we're just gonna take and brush off some of this debris that's stuck to it. That's fine, that's part of wilderness primitive cooking. Stuff like that happens. Taken. You can see how that's getting done. And just flip that over real quick. A little ash, a little bit of coal, but that's still part of primitive cooking. And you can stick your hand in there and still feel the heat. Then we'll just take and cover it right back up. Throw the top back on, just to keep our heat held in good again.
Okay.
Alright, so chicken's been in here for probably another 20 minutes. And we're just gonna go ahead and take the top off here. And look and poke around in here a little bit. I mean, it's good and warm. I'm gonna take my knife and make a little cut. Check and see if we're done good in here. And it definitely looks like we're good and done. I mean, look at that juice run down that chicken. And you can tell in here that our onions are cooked nice and clear. I mean, there's one that falls apart with the back of my knife.
Go tell.
We're just gonna take and flip our rack over, knock off the debris, and then we're gonna get down to the bare grate. There's a couple of the green leaves on it that are still pretty clean. And we'll take and pick our chicken up. A little hot, but it'll work. And just bring her over and lay it out and let it steam for a minute and cool down. This has been Ryan with Equipped to Endure. If you got any questions or comments, please look us up on www.equippedtoendure.com, and you can reach me directly at Eaves at equippedtoendure.com. And remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Does that look good?
Yummy. All right, guys, you might not be able to see me that well. This chicken is awesome.
Getting in here and cutting a couple pieces off to eat.
And they're coming here and still green pepper out of here.
Dead brace.
Yeah.
I think the wings look good though. Yeah, that one.